But like one of them said, all I care about is policy. Although that gets to the next point, I find it hilarious that the two folks on the panel who said, oh, all I care about is policy, they're wearing MAGA hats. So, okay, you tell me, what are Donald Trump's policies that you support so much? I'll wait.
Okay, I think I can give you a few that they might like. Lower taxes and fewer regulations.
My guess is here's their answer.
Do you really have to act like a child?
Hey, you! What?
They have no answer. Come on, man. You're wearing a MAGA hat. Donald Trump has no coherent philosophy.
No one's talking about whether he has a coherent philosophy. People are talking about whether his policy is good or not. I personally think he's a mixed bag. He has some good things and he has some bad things. His bad things are making trade wars with other countries and also his gun control policies. However, as far as taxes and deregulation go, I like those things. So he's kind of a meh president. One thing I would like to see him tackle is our increasing debt problem. Although I think the only way to solve that is to probably just get rid of Social Security or just privatize it. And also get rid of or extraordinarily reduce government medical care. Because if we have to have government medical care, then it should be last resort and only for the people who are unable to work. Not for people who can work but just choose not to, or who choose to stay in a low-paying job.
Donald Trump is a mess in terms of what he believes and what he implements. He implemented deregulation and tax cuts for the rich.
Deregulation isn't bad. Deregulation is good. And yes, there were tax cuts for the rich, but there were also tax cuts for the middle class and other classes. Most people got a tax cut. It wasn't very much, perhaps, but it still was a small tax cut.
Is that what you look forward to? Destroying the EPA? Is that what your, policy beliefs are? Hey, the environment? Mr. Strawman, give me a break. Also, the guy who said, I care, it's all identity politics and it's all political correctness and I'm so sick of it. The only people who are acting serious in this race and who are focusing on policy are the lefties.
You really think that they're not talking about identity politics? Really? You're just a idiot.
It's Bernie Sanders. It's Tulsi Gabbard. These are the people who are talking about Medicare for all is the way to go, and here's why Medicare for all is the way to go. We need to eliminate, student loan debt, for example.
All of those things we can afford.
We need to raise wages and implement a living wage.
What is a living wage? Please define that to me, because I haven't heard what is supposed to be a living wage.
I always find it funny when people say the left only cares about political correctness and identity politics.
They're not just saying that you're only into identity politics. They're also saying you're socialists or communists.
Maybe the lefties that you're fighting with on Twitter 24/7 are only doing that, but I got news for you. The broader left-wing movement is moving forward on these important goals, these important economic goals and foreign policy goals.
More like moving backwards because socialism and communism hasn't worked. There's not a single successful communist or socialist country. And the only reason why the supposed democratic socialist countries, aka the Scandinavian countries, which aren't really socialist, the only reason they have been successful for the most part is because of hypercapitalism. However, they're already starting to have problems because of their lack of population growth. They cannot keep up with the costs of healthcare. We're already starting to see this in some of the Scandinavian countries like Finland. They just can't afford it. It's too expensive. If you want to make healthcare affordable in the US, get government out of the healthcare industry, reduce the regulations, and get rid of patent protections. That will drastically reduce the cost of healthcare. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, share it, comment down below and tell me what you thought. Follow me on all my social media. Support my content if you really liked it. And I'll see y'all later.